In this video, I'll be reviewing the BFGoodrich KO3 all-terrains after 70,000 miles. I put these tires on my truck at 196,000 miles and the odometer is currently 265,000. I'm not sure how people prefer they pull tire wear indication from, but we're just gonna stick that right in the middle. This is the front. I rotate every 5,000. We're right at between 9 and 10, 30 seconds. So that's the driver's side front. We'll go driver's side rear. Closer to about 9:30 seconds. We'll go passenger side rear. Also about 9:30 seconds when taking a reading from the center. And then, let's see here, passenger side front, right between 9 and 10, 30 seconds. The thing I'll say about these tires is you can always balance an egg, but you can't make it round. These tires have been pretty horrendous in terms of balancing. I've tried Centromatics, I've tried road force balancing, I've tried rebalancing, I rotate regularly. They always shimmy and it's bad. It's not good. I had this exact same size tire in a Michelin Defender and I never had to rebalance that thing. These tires are 3 pounds heavier and they will not balance. They have incredible traction in the snow, in dirt, sand, mud, on rock. I mean, they're great on the road. This truck gets between 19 and 20 miles per gallon when I have these inflated at 55 PSI cold. The wear has been phenomenal. I mean, you still have 9:30 seconds on an all-terrain after 70,000 miles. I'm gonna try to keep running them because I want to use up the wear. I mean, they're, you know, almost $420 a tire, so I want to use them. But I really think that BFGoodrich dropped the ball huge on these. And I'm not a tire expert, I just own them. So take what I say with a grain of salt. You don't have to trust me. You can try them, but I've heard this from multiple other folks on this platform in the comments that have said the KO3s are hot garbage because they do not balance. And they must be just poor quality control. I don't know if the quality of the rubber's gone down. It's unfortunate because they are phenomenal in terms of how grippy they are, but then how good their on-road manners are. And the wear, I'm just like, oh, I wish they were smooth because they aren't that loud at, you know, 70,000 miles. You know, they still look pretty good. I just can't recommend these, you know, and I wish I could. I hope I'm giving them a fair shake by giving a review after 70,000 miles. But yeah, I would say stay away. They are a really nice looking tire too, and they have plenty of siping. You know, the only weak spot these really had was on the really kind of hard packed ice that you get on freeways. But like packed snow, they were fine. Really on ice, you're not gonna get any kind of traction unless you have studs. But deep snow, they were great. They were great towing. They felt sporty. I got pretty good fuel mileage. You know, they're not that big of a tire either. There's guys out there running full 35s. This is like a 34 and a quarter, I think, when you do the conversion. It's a 295 70 R18. The one thing I will say with these tires is I haven't towed super heavy with them. I have a 15,000 pound deck over trailer. It's about 24 feet long, and I'll haul small equipment with that and cargo. And so I haven't really put a ton of weight on this. Now it is a 250 platform, so you're not gonna freight this thing up, although you probably could. But I also wanted to go through the stats of these tires briefly. They are a LT 295 70 R18 and a load range E. The weight rating on these tires, they have the 3 peak snow rating, but the weight rating on these tires is 4,080 pounds per tire. So that means total they can support about 16,000 pounds at 80 psi. So they're pretty rugged. I like the Load Range E tires. I know a lot of people like F, but E, a little lighter with the sidewall. Usually they're better when it comes to balancing because there's not as much weight, and I'm not towing super heavy, so I don't feel like I need that extra bit of sidewall. But just something worth noting with this review, these tires, you know, haven't been loaded up super heavy. They've been fine to tow with. You know, they don't feel particularly mushy or slidey, you know, very stable at speed, and when the truck's loaded or when towing, so no kind of sketchiness there. I would buy these again if it wasn't for the balance issue. So you know, if you think you can get that sorted, or maybe you want to roll the dice and try and see if they improved their quality control since, you know, when I purchased these new in 2025, then go right ahead, but you will be rolling the dice, I think, on these tires, unfortunately. I'm gonna see if I can burn these down a little bit more just because, you know, all-terrains are expensive, but I think we're gonna shoot to get new tires before this coming winter. So I'll see if I can put another 10 to 15,000 mile on these, and then we'll send them down the road. But do not buy the KO3s. It's just my recommendation unless you want to be constantly chasing a shimmy like I've been. Again, grip is good, everything else is phenomenal on them, but they are a absolute bear to get balanced, so just keep that in mind. Thank you.